Hello friends, welcome to Study Static GK channel. Today we are going to discuss about RRB Allahabad TC and CC exam paper held on May 8th, 1997. So today the questions are related to aptitude. There are around 30 questions. We are going to solve each and every question. And if you have any doubt, please let me know in the comment section. So if possible, we will try to make another video if required. Okay. So now we are going to start the session. The first question. Here, the first question. This is related to the formulae. So we have to know the basic algebraic formulas and all. 3.7 into 3.7. This is basically related to a plus b. One second. Okay, this is like a square plus b square plus 2ab by a square minus b square. So the upper one becomes a plus b whole square. So that is 3.7 plus 2.3 whole square. Okay, and the down one will become 4.6 plus 3.4, and again a minus b, right? So 4.6 minus 3.4. So then again here 3.7 plus 2.3 is 6. So 6 into 6 by it is 8 into this is 1.2. So 6 are 36 and 1.2. So 12 8 are 96. So 9.6, right? 6 16s, am I right? 3s are 2 3s are 2 8s. So again 30 by 8. So again it is 15 by 4. So verify the options, which is the first one is right. This is the case. So 4 into 3, 12 plus 3, 12 plus 3 by 4. So 15 by 4. So this is the answer. So go to the next question. This one will be the answer, right? Next question. If 8% of a number is added to it, the result is 810. What is that number? Okay. Now let us assume 100 parts. So whenever mostly in the percentage problems, you calculate with 100. So the 100 parts of x or whatever. So it is 100 parts. If 8% is a number, so if 8% of the 100 parts is again 8, so if it is added to 100, that will become 108. So 108 parts is 810, right? Let us assume. And now what he is asking, what is that number? So actual number. So he is asking about the 100 parts, right? If 100x or whatever. Okay, if 108 is 810, then what is 100? Simple. 810 into 100 by 108. If you solve this, you get. Okay, we are going to solve this. So 9 9s and again 9 1s 9 2s. So 90 by 12. Again, if you go with 330, 3 4s are right, 4 25s are. So 25 into 30, that is nothing but 750. 25 3s are 750. So answer is here 750. So next question. A trader buys some goods for 150. If the overhead expenses be 12% of the cost price, at what price should it be sold to earn 10%? So basically he bought goods at 150 rupees, right? 150 rupees, right? So his overhead expenses are what? 12% on 150 rupees, right? So what is 1% of 150? 1.5 into 12, right? So here the 12% is nothing but 18 rupees. 12% of what? 12% of 150. So overall cost price to the trader is nothing but 150 plus 18. That is nothing but 168. Am I right? Right. Okay, 168 is the cost price. So in order to get the profit of 10%, so what is the cost? What is the selling price? He's asking about the selling price. So in 168, what is the 10%? What is the 10% of 168? It is nothing but 16.8 rupees. So again, if he want to get 10% of the profit, his market price, like his selling price, is like 168 plus 16.8. So write 8, write 184.8. So answer is 184.8. This will be the answer. So this will be the answer. So next question. There were only two candidates in an election. A candidate got 62% of votes and he won by 144 votes. How many votes did the winning candidate get? So, if for example, if there are X is the total votes. So 62% of the X got the winning candidate. So the losing candidate is how many? So there are two candidates only. So there are two candidates only. So 38% of X will be the 38% of X will be the loser. Loser votes. The votes polled to the loser. And again, these are analyzed by 144. So I mean, this person has got 144 more votes than the 38% of X, like the loser. So this is the thing. So here again, 62% minus 38%. So 24%. So 24% of X is equal to nothing but 144. Right? So the total is asking about how many votes did the winning candidate get. So he is asking about 62% of X, right? So 62 into 144 by 24. 12 ones are 2s are 12 2s, 2 into 6, that is equal to 62 into 6. So ones are 372, 62 into 6. It's nothing but 372. So the answer is 372. Here the trick is like, so I basically written an equation. So there are only two candidates. So the winning candidate's votes are more by 144 votes of the losing candidate. So I have written an equation here, right? Again, if 62% of X is equal to 38% of X plus 144, then 24% of X is equal to 144. So again here it is nothing but 24% of the votes equal to 144. Then if you want X, then we can make like here 24% of X is equal to 144, then X is equal to 1, and we can get an equation and we can solve the X part. But here he is asking how many votes did the winning candidate get. So winning candidate votes were 62% of X. So again, no need of everything calculation. So 24% is nothing but 144. Then 62% is what? 24% is 144. Then 62% is equal to what? Directly, you multiply 62 into 144 by divided by 24. Nothing. That's it. 62 into 144 by 24. Again, 12 12s are 12 2s are. So 2 6. So that is equal to 62 into 6. that is equal to 372. This is the answer. Next, the cost of digging a pit is 1347 if the wages of the laborers per day is increased by 1 by 8 and hours of work per day is increased by 1 by 20th, then what will be the approximate cost of digging it? Actually, the actual cost is 1347. Now what happened? Wages of the laborer per day increased by 1 by 8. So generally this cost is nothing but hours of work, not. So generally wages are calculated, per day, right? Calculated per day. Wages are calculated per day. Here, so per day, so for example, X is the wage per day and Y is the number of days. Then X into Y is equal to 1347. Here, wages are increased. So Y is the wage, then wages are increased by 1 by 8. So Y, the wage will be Y into 1 by 8 and hours for work per day is increased by 1 by 20. So hours will be increased. So here basically when hours are increased, what will the days will be decreased, right? So hours are increased means days will be decreased. Days will be decreased. Here if the first hours are X, once again. Work per day, hours of work per day is increased by 1 by 20. So this is number of days. Number of days is X. So X, right? Number of hours will be some Y, some Z. Okay. So these are increased by 1 by 20. Plus 1 by 20, 21 by 20. So here, so that actually here it is inversely proportional, right? Why inversely proportional? Because when then the hours of work is increased, then the days will be decreased. So here actually 1 plus 1 by 20 is 21 by 20, but here you should take it as 20 by 21 into X. So here if you come upside, okay, 20 into 21 into 9 by 8 into xy is equal to approximate cost. So xy is nothing but 1347 again, right? So we'll write here 20 by 21 into 9 by 8 into 1347. So 7 3s are 7 1s are 7, 64, 7 9s are 63. Okay, here right, 3 ones are sorry, 7 ones are 7, 7 nines are 63, 17, 7 twos are 14, 30, 7 fours are 28. Okay, 192.4 again, 4 5s are 5 0, 4 2 0, right? 3 3 0. So 15 by 2 into 192.4. Again 2 9s are 18, 2 6 are 12, 2 0. So 15 into 30, 15 into 2, 30, 15 6 are 90, 93, again 9, 15 9s are 135 plus 9, so 144. Here is the point because this is by 1443. So the answer is this one. Okay. Here actually basically the question is somewhat confusing because generally what we think here, the wages are increased and hours are increased. So we may think here the number of days also increased, but here the number of days are decreased because the working hours per day are increased. When working hours per day are increased, the total number of days of the work will be decreased, and wages are calculated on per day daily basis. So don't confuse here. So this way. So actually the work hours are increased by 1 by 20. That means 1 plus, that means here if you see here 1 plus 1 by 20 hours are increased. So 21 by 20 times of hours are increased, but the days will be decreased of 20 by 21 because hours and the days. If hours are increased, days will be decreased, and the days are increased, hours may be decreased. This is inverse proportion. So we have to calculate in that way. Okay. So I am going to the next question. Right. A is 70% more competent than B. If B does a work in 34 days, then how many days A will do this work? So A is 70% more competent than B. Okay, so if for example, if B does in 34 days, if B is doing in 34 days, then A will do this work a bit more competent in 70% more than B, right? So that means the number of days will be decreased because B is doing in 34 days. That means A is more competent. That means A can do faster. So the number of days of the work of A will be decreased. That means A will take less number of days than A to complete the work, right? That is normal logic, the concept. Now the calculation part. So here 70% more competent means, so if B completes a work in 1 by 34 days, A completes the same work in how many days? So 1 by 34 is the total work done by B per day, right? A will do 70% more of this work, right? So 1 by 34 plus 1 by 34 into 70 by 100, right? More or less. So 1 by 34 plus 1 plus 70 by 100, 170 by 100. So 17 times are 72 0, 2 5 0. So 5 2 0. That means 1 by 20. So A will complete the 1 by 20 of the work per day. That means A will complete the complete work in 20 days. Got it? So you can mark the answer as 20 days. Next question. In a drama, the audience was charged rupees 15 on the first day, rupees 77.50 on the second day, and it's rupees 2.50 on the third day. If the attendance on the 3 days were in the ratio of 2:5:30 respectively, what was the average ticket cost per person? So attendance is, so total, like if you see this, total persons came is 2x plus 5x plus 13x, 13 plus 5, 18 plus 20x, right? And here anyways x will be common, right? So 2 into 15, 30 plus 5 into 7.50, right? 75 5 are 5 5 are 25, 5 7 are 37. So 1 point is there, so point, right, and 13 into 2.50, 35 are 65, 13 2 are 26 plus 6, 30, 32, 32.5. So here you, this is again into x will be there common, right? X will be there. So again you calculate this part, right? 37.5 plus 32.5, again 70 plus 30 by 20, 100 by 20, 25 is 100. That means 5 is the answer. You got what was the actually what is asking? He's asking the average ticket cost. That means total cost by total persons. The total cost is 2x of 2x into 50 rupees plus 5x into 7.5 rupees plus 13 into 2.5 rupees. This is the total cost. By the number of persons is nothing but 2x plus 5x plus 13x, that is 20x. Again the calculation, and we are arriving at 5. The next question. Two taps A and B can fill a tank in 6 and 8 minutes respectively. If these two taps are opened one by one for 1 minute each, then how long will it take for the tank to fill up? Okay, and the question is, A can, well, first understand, first what he has given, we'll write one by one, right? So A can fill the tank in how many minutes? 6 minutes. So per minute it will fill the 1 by 6th of the tank. So 6 minutes it is taking means in 1 minute the A part, the filling part of A is 1 by 6, right? Yes. And B is 1 by 8. This is the given. Again one more point is given is these two taps are open one by one for 1 minute each. So that means in the first minute 1 by 6th part will be filled by A, in the second minute 1 by 8 part will be filled by B. So if for example take 2 minutes, right? This is 1 minute, this is 1 minute, so total 2 minutes time. Again after this scenario, again A will be opened, B will be closed, again B will be opened, A will be closed. Sorry, B's part is 8, right? So this is the third minute and fourth minute, like this it will continue. So that will be there. Okay, next, so in the first 2 minutes what is the part of the tank, the filled part? If we calculate here, right, the LCM, it is 24. Okay, 6 4s are and 8 3s are, so 7 by 24th will be there. This is the part of the filling in the 2 minutes. So again if so here it is 7, again here 24 parts. Out of 24 parts the 7 parts are filled in first 2 minutes. So again in the next 2 minutes 14 parts will be filled out of 24, right? In the next 2 minutes again 7, 14 plus 7 means 21 by 24, right? In the next minute if we consider like consecutive 2 minutes, that is 7 by 24, that it will go out of the range, that means beyond the capacity, so we don't go there. So here in the 6 minutes, in the first 6 minutes the tank filled is 21 by 24 first 6 minutes, right? So 1 by 1 minus 21 by 24, that means 3 by 24 part is still remained. This has to be filled by A. So the next consecutive part is of A, right? So A will come into the picture. So again 1 minus 21 by 24, and 3 by 24 is nothing but 3 by 24 is nothing but 1 by 8. 1 by 8. So 1 by 8 part. So but in a minute it will fill 1 by 6th part. So okay, we'll take like for 1 by 6th minute, 1 by 6th part, if we take 1 minute, so 1 by 8 part, it will take how many minutes? So 1 by 8 into 1 by 6, that is nothing but 6 by 8. 2 3s are 2 4s are, that means 3 by 4 minutes. So the first again, here 2 minutes, here 2 minutes, here 2 minutes, 6 minutes, plus again the part of A, the filling part of A, next 7th minute. The 7th minute is still not completed, the tank is filled. In the 3 by 4th of the minute itself, the tank is filled. That means 6 minutes and 3 by 4 minutes. 6 plus 3 by 4 minutes, the tank is filled. Right, next question. Which among is the following is less than 1 by 5? So 1 by 5 means 0.2, right? 1 by 5 means 0.2, right? 0.2, right? So again, if we say 2 by 11, this will 2, 1, 2 less than 1.5. Okay, 20, that means 11. 2 by 20. 11 ones are 11, 90 is there, so 11, right? So this is definitely less than this one, so we can go with this directly. Okay, if you are again, if you want to check everything, then 8 by 35, right? So it is 8 by 35 means 0 point, right? 0.8 is there, 80 is there. I mean, if we are getting a point means you have to assume that 80 is there. So 35 2s are 70. So again 2, and again 100 is there. 35 2s are again. So this is bigger than this. So right. So the same way you can arrive at 8 by 37, 8 by 39 also. So the answer is this one, because it's definitely 2 by 11 means 20 by, sorry, 2 by 11 means it is visible, right? 11 ones are 11. 1 0 2 2. So 0.1 is visible. So this is the answer. Right, next question. A person borrowed some money at 10% compound interest. If at the end of 3 years he returns 2662, then how much money did he borrow? Okay, at the end of 3 years. So the total term is like 3 years. So let us assume if 100 rupees is borrowed, then at the end of first year, and with the compound interest of 10 rupees, so the amount will be 1110. This is after first year, and after second year, interest is accumulated here already. The principal plus interest is 110. In this again 10% means 11 rupees. So the total at the end of the second year is 110 plus 11, 121. And in this again 10%, if you want to calculate at the end of third year, so in this 12.1, right? So 133.1%, one of the x, some whatever. So if 100 rupees are borrowed at a compound interest of 10%, then at the end of the 3 years, that 100 rupees will become 133.1 rupees. Okay, this 133.1 rupees is nothing but here 2662 according to the question. Right, then he is asking about how much did he borrow. That means he is asking about 100. So 100 is, so again 100 into, whenever you get, so 100 into 2662 by 133.1. See here, this is like 2662 is double of the 1331, so it will again 2 is here, is a point is there, so 10 will go. 20 into 100 is nothing but 2000. So the answer is this one. Got it? Next question. How much distance will the 500 rounds of a wheel of 1.626 meter diameter cover? So basically the wheel is in the circular shape, right? So the diameter is 1.26 meter. That means radius is of 1.26 by 2. So 500 rounds of the wheel means it will travel 500 times of the perimeter of the wheel. Right? What is the perimeter of the wheel? 2 pi r into 500, because 500 rounds. So 2 pi into 1.6 by 2 into 500. So simply 22 by 7 into 1.26 into 500. So 7 ones are. So point is there. So now the 756, 7 8 are. And you calculate this one, 44 into 18 into 5. So 44 into 18 5 are 19. Right? So now 44 into 19, 9 4s are 36, 3, 9 4s are 36 plus 3, 39. So 3960. So this is the answer. You got it? Right. The tent of a circus is a conical shape. The conical shape means this one is the cone. This one is the cone, right? Okay. I'm bad at drawing. Please adjust. Okay. So now the radius of its base is 5 meters. So radius is 5 meters. Of course, my writing is also very dirty. I try to improve. 5 meters. And the height of the tent is 12 meters. So height, this is 12 meters. So here, of course, whenever you see this is 12 meters, this is 5 meters, means this is 13 meters, right? Because it's a right angled triangle, blah blah blah, Pythagoras theorem, etc etc. So the slant height, here the slant height of the cone, slant height is this one. This is the slant. This is the slant height of the cone is nothing but 13 meters. Okay, leave it. Just I am telling. These are all you no need to calculate in the exam. Just in the exam you focus on what he has given, what he is asking, what is the way to arrive at the answer. That's it. This, because I am explaining everything, because you should know the concept while learning, so that you can apply in the next further questions. Got it? So next thing. Okay. How much canvas will be needed for the tent? So this is nothing but the how much canvas will be needed for the tent means the entire lateral surface area of the cone is to be covered. Here lateral surface of the cone is nothing but pi into r into slant height. So 22 by 7 into r is nothing but 5, L is nothing but 13. Okay. So 22 into 13 5 is 65 into 7. So 7 9 are 63, and again 20 is there, so 7 73 means 20. 7 2s are 14. No, sorry. 7 9s are 63. Again 20 is there, so 7 2s are 14. So again some one will be remain. Okay, leave it. So 22 2s are 44. And here point 22 9s are 9 2s are 80. 9 2s are 198. 198 plus 4. 202. So 20.4. So this might be the answer. So, right. So basically, like that, we can solve the questions. Right. The next question. The average temperature of the town in the first 4 days of month was 58 degrees. The average for the second, third, fourth, and fifth days was 66 degrees. If the temperature of the first and fifth days were in the ratio of 7:11, then what is the temperature on the fifth day? Okay, right? So here he is giving first 4 days. The average temperature of the first 4 days 1, 2, 3, 4. The average temperature is 58. Again, he is giving 2, 3, 4, 5. The average temperature is 66. So he is asking about the temperature on the fifth day. Fifth day temperature is asking, right? Okay, right. So first 4 days temperature, sum of the first 4 days is 58 into 4, right? Sum of the next 4 days, so 2, 3, 4, 66 into 4. So first and fifth temperatures are given as ratio 7:11. He is asking about the fifth day. Okay, so if at all total temperature, total average means that is 4 days, this is 4 days, total 8 days. This will be the total average, right? So okay, total average, we'll calculate the total average first. Then 4 8s are 32, 4 5s are 20, 232 plus 66 into 4. So unnecessary, we are like no need to it. Again by 8 is there, so take out from 8 here. So 2 4 2s are 8, 2 into 27, answer 29 plus again here 233 by 8, so 8 8 12. So here 9 into 9 12 and 62 is the average temperature of the all days, right? So first day is, if they are taking first day is 7x and the fifth day is like 11x, right? So if they want okay, here total sum of these 4 days is like 66 into 4, right? If we subtract this one, so 1 2 3 4 will 2 3 4 will be subtracted, 2 3 4 will be there, only 1 will be there. That means here 11x minus minus 7x is nothing but 62. So okay, the 4x is equal to 62. And what is the temperature on the fifth day? So they are asking about 11x. It is not 62 or what? Okay, 1 second. Sorry, yes, I am making a mistake here. So I'll be explaining again here. Sorry. So here I'm adding these first 4 days and second 4 days. So I'm getting around the total 62. But this is average of all the 8 days. But this is not required here because he is asking about the temperature on the 5th day. So directly if we subtract this this from this, so we'll get this 4x, right? This is not 62. We have to subtract here because the sum of the second 4 days is like what? 60 66 into 4 by 8 if minus the sum of the first 4 days, so that is nothing but 58 into 4 by 8. If you subtract this one, don't what will get? Get 4 or what? Okay, not 4 once again. So 4 into 66 minus 58, right? 4 into 8, okay, we'll get 32. So this 32 is nothing but 4x, right? I'm writing the top here. 4x is equal to wait 32. So x is equal to nothing but 8. So here we want 5th day, that means 11x. That means 11 into 8. That is 88. 88 is the answer. So here, sorry guys. The first thing I already made a mistake. I have calculated the average, not average, sum of the entire 8 days. So that is not required. So if we are calculating sum of the 8 days also, we can solve the question, right? We can solve the question by adding these things, adding this and this, right? If we add it all, if we add, what happens? Second 34th sum and this second 34th sum will be added. That means this cannot be nullified. Again, 1 and 5th ratio is given for us, but 2, 3, 4 we don't have idea. So we should not add. We have to subtract because this the 2, 3, 4 and this 2, 3, 4 will be nullified. So then that remains first day and again 5th day only. So the relation will come. The equation will come of first and fifth, and the ratios are also given 7 is 11, so we can calculate the temperature of the fifth or first, whatever they have asked. So this is the question. Thank you. Next question. The average of two numbers is 62. If 2 is added to the smallest number, the ratio between the numbers becomes 1:2. What is the smallest number? Here 2 is added to the smallest number, so here he is asking about the smallest number. If the ratio between the numbers becomes 1:2, if when 2 is added, you can go from the answers also for this question, because if we take is 30, if we add 2, that will become 32. Alright, so 32, and if a 2 is to 1:2 ratio are there, so this will be 64. Right, so but the average of the two numbers is 62. That means sum should become 62 into 2, that is 2 6 124, but here you are getting 64 only, so this is the one, which one, 31. So go with the 60. Okay, so 60, if you add 60 plus 2, that will become 62, and the next the one is, the ratio is 1 is to 2, so the bigger number, this other number will become 62 into 2. But again, anyways, it is illogical because the sum itself, oh sorry, we are arriving here. So 62 into 2, 124, and we are arriving at 124. So if it is at all greater than this 124, then this will not be the answer, but here 60 is the answer, because if we add 60 plus 2, it is becoming 62, and if it is in the ratio of 1 is to 2, it is becoming 124, and the average is 62, that means the sum is 124. Oh. Sorry. Sir. Here the sum is 124, but we are arriving at the next number is 124. The second number is 124. Because so then the sum, is more than 24. So this is also not right. So if you go with 40. Go with 40, right? Okay, I go with 40. So here 40 is there. If 2 is added, that will become 42, and the next number is like 42 into 2, 84. So 42 plus 84. What's happening here? Okay, we can go with the answers, but why I am confusing? 2 is added to the smallest number. The ratio between the numbers becomes 1 is to 2. What is the smallest number? Okay, so if 2 is added, the ratio becomes 1 is to 2. If 2 is not added, that means the ratio doesn't become 1 is to 2. So average of two numbers is 62, means the sum of the numbers is 62 into 2, 24. This is fine. If 2 is added to the smallest number, so the ratio between the numbers will become, so 30 is the smallest number. If 2 is added, 32 into 2 means 64. So 64 plus 30, that is not the 124, right? Again, if you go with 40, here 40 is there. If 2 is added to the 40, 42, the ratio is 84. This is, if 2 is added at all, then the ratio becomes 1 is to 2. So 84 is the second number. The actual small number is 40. So 40 plus 84, sum is 124. So sum is 124. 124. So this is the answer. So 40 is the answer. Right, next. What should be the printed price of an item? That is, by how many percentage should it be more than the cost price, so that the shopkeeper may get a profit of 5% after a discount of 12 1 by 2. Okay. So let us assume. Let us assume 100 rupees is the cost price, right? So should the printer price honor, that is, by how many percent should it be more than the cost price, so that the shopkeeper may get a profit of, so this is the cost price, right? And selling price is like 105, because he needs 5% profit, so selling price is 105. But he will give 12.5% of the discount. 12 after 12.5% discount, the selling price should become 105, but actually his cost price is 100. If it is selling price is 105, then he will get 5% profit. So directly if he gives MRP is, like assume MRP is 105 and he is selling it to 105, then he will get 5% profit directly. But he wants to sell at 12.5% discount. Not he claims that I am giving 12.5% discount, but end of the day he should get 5% profit. So what is, so 12.5% discount he is giving means 87.5% of the market price. This is market price is equal to 105, right? So here what is the market price? He wants market price, right? So nothing but 105 into 100 by 87.5. So we'll get market price, okay? Here 50, okay, 5 2s are 5 1s are 5 1s are 5 7s are 35, 5 again 7 3s are 7 2s are 14, 35, 7 5s are, okay. So again if you put 1000 here, point will be gone, 25 4 140. So 120 is the market price for 100 rupees cost price product. In order to get 5% of the profit, right? So we have to make 20% more than the cost price. So that is 20% is the answer. So we're going to the next question. If 16 men or 20 women can do a base of work in 25 days, in what time will 28 men and 50 women do it? So the man's capacity is per day he can do a work of 1 by 16. Women can do a work of 1 by 20. In what time? Sorry, 25 days. So per day 1 by 16 into 25. This per day, right? This is 1 by 20 into 20 men, right? Again per day, 25 days. Total in 25 days, 60 men complete a work. So that means 1 man complete a work in 1 by, so per day the work of a man, the work of the 16 man per day is 1 by 25. Work of 1 man is 1 by 25 into 16. This is man, this is woman. So man's 1 day work, woman's 1 day work. Understood? Here how I am arriving? So basically 16 men can complete a work in 25 days. That means the 16 men complete a work. How much work of the 16 men completed by a day? 1 by 25. This is of 16 men. If you want 1 man, that is into again 16th part, because 16 men combinedly doing the work 1 by 25. 1 man again it is 16 parts, 16 parts by 16 parts. It has to be divided by 16, like that I am writing, right? In what time will 28 men and 15 women do it? Right? So per day you will calculate. 28 men means 28 men will do 16 into 25 plus again, so the combined doing 50 women means 15 into 20 into 20 per day work I am calculating, right? Again, so 25 is common here, again 4 is also common here, so 28 by 4, 4 is a plus, so 15 will be anyways there, divided, so again here 5 is there, right? So 1 by 25 into 4, 5 4 is a 20, 4 5 is a, okay. Anyways, sorry, I can cancel it. I cancel here. 2 2 is a 2, 14 is a 5 3 is a, and 2 7 is so here. So 10 is already there here, right? So 2 2 is a 2 5 is a 5 5 is a, that means 1 by 10. 1 by 10 per day, 1 by 10th of the work completed per day. That means in 10 days they can complete the entire work. So next question. In a compound element, copper and zinc are in the ratio of 5:2, and in another compound, zinc and tin are in the ratio of 3:2. If two parts of the first compound and one part of the second compound are melted together so that a new compound of copper, zinc and tin are formed, then what will be the ratio of the three compounds? Okay. So in the first compound, copper and zinc are in the ratio of 5:2. In the second compound, zinc and again tin are in the ratio of 3:2. So let us assume it is like there are 7 parts. Let us assume there are 5 parts. So for calculation convenience, we may take the LCM of 7 and 5. That is 35 parts. Just calculation. 35 parts or 35 substances, whatever. Like this is just for calculation, but just uh, keep aside and come to the point. So here, what is the question? First compound, two parts of the first compound and one part of the second compound. That means if it is 2 kg, it will be 1 kg, right? So here, if the part wise, if we are calculated, we have already considered the LCM as 35. Just to our convenience, we can take this as 35 kg, this as 35 kg, and this as 70 kg. Not a problem, right? So the ratio, anyways, the ratios will come. So just I am taking two parts of the first compound, that means 70 kg of the first compound, and again I'm taking 35 kg of the second compound, right? In the 70 kg, so what is the here? Here the ratio is 5:2. That means so total 70 by 7 into 5. 7 times 5. This is 50 kg of 50 kg of what? Copper. In the first compound, in the total 70 kgs, what is the quantity of copper I am calculating? That is given as 50. Alright, so this keep aside. Keep aside 50. And again, automatically the next zinc will be of 20 kg, right? If it is 50 kg means zinc will be of 20 kg, right? So what's happening here? So 50 1 second, there is some problem, technical problem. Okay, So I'm taking 70 kg and 35 kg, right? In the first compound of the 70 kg, the copper percentage is like 70 by 7 into 5, right? That is 50. So if 50 parts 50 kgs of copper, then 20 kgs are zinc, right? So in the first compound 50 and 20 is the ratio, is the quantity of copper and zinc, and in the second compound 35 kgs, right? In the 35 kgs, that is 3:2 ratio is there. So 3:2 ratio of what? Zinc and tin, right? So the total parts are 5 parts, and here zinc ratio is 3, and again 35 by into tin ratio is 2, so 5 sevens are here 21, again the remaining is 7 to the 14, because the 35 21 is gone, the remaining is 14. So in the second compound 21 and 14, 21 is what? Zinc. 14 is what? Tin, right? So what is he is asking? What will be the ratio of the three compounds, right? So 50 is the zinc, again tin is 20 and 21 is there, so 41, and this is 10 is 14. So answer is 50, 41, 14. This is the answer. Oh my god. Okay, that was some problem. Okay, anyways, next, if 2 by 3 of the number is subtracted from 7 by 3 of the same number, then the result will be 2 more than that number. What is the number? So 2 by 3 of a number is subtracted from 7 by 3 of the same number, then the result will be 2 more than the number. You are understanding how I am writing? And 7 minus 2, 5 by 3x minus x is equal to 2. 5x minus 3x is equal to 6. So 2x is equal to 6, x is equal to 3. This is the answer. That's it. Is there any mistake in my calculation? See, 7 minus 2 is, that is 5. 5 by 3x minus x. So this is right. This is fine. Next. The length of the rectangle is decreased by 10% and width is increased by 10%. Then by how much percent will the area of the rectangle increase or decrease? Okay. So for our convenience, let's take a square. Okay, square is nothing but x and x. Square is also, the square's area is x square. Okay, if this square is like rectangle L into B, then the area becomes L into B. Here, let us assume L is also 100, B is also 100. Okay, so then we can calculate, because we are not violating the rules of rectangle and square, so we can take the same length and breadth. Okay, this is only for the area related things, not for another things. Okay, so here what he's saying, length of the rectangle is increased by 10%. That means length become 110. Width of the length is decreased. Okay, decreased means 90%. This is length, and breadth is increased by 10%. Okay, whatever. This is length, this is breadth. Sorry. Length is, width is increased, right? So this is width, length is decreased, right? This is right, whatever. So okay, so 110 into 90 is the area, right? 11 9s are 9900. So basically the first area is 100 into 100, that means 10,000, right? The before the increase or decrease, whatever happens, the before happening the area is 10,000, after happening the area becomes 9. So the area decreased how much? 100. The area decreased is the latest area, right? Decreased 100 rupee, 100 square meters, or whatever units, right? Square meters. So this 100 is still of what percent of the original one? 1% of 10,000, right? So 1% decrease. So 1% less. So 1% less is the answer. Next. Here, basically, this question is also like the algebraic equations. You should know each and every equation. Formulae. Okay, now see here. This is like first one is a minus b whole cube, right? A minus b whole cube is equal to a cube minus b cube minus 3ab into a plus b. Okay, right. So here if we take it as like a cube minus b cube, right, minus 3ab into a minus b, sorry, here a minus b, and again minus 3 minus 3a and 3a b, right? So b minus c. So let us assume b is 2.5, right? So b minus c. So this and this will rounding off. Either a minus b or b minus c. Minus minus, right? If we write it as a minus b, this minus will become plus, and this will be squared off. So a cube minus. So the numerator will become a cube minus b cube, and this one is what? A square plus b square plus ab, right? So again a cube minus b cube, we have another formula, a minus b into a square plus b square plus ab, right? By again a square plus b square plus ab. So this will square off again. What is this? A minus b is the answer. So 4.38 minus 2.5, that is nothing but 2.3. This is the answer. Yeah, what's happening? 2.3 is the answer. Right. Next question. If a circular marble of 10 centimeter radius has been molded to form smaller circular marbles of 0.5 centimeter radius, then how many smaller marbles will be formed? So here basically nothing is there. So total volume has to be calculated of the smaller and bigger, and some of the smaller circular marbles, spherical marbles, total sum of the circular spherical marbles is equal to the total sum of the bigger sphere, because that sphere is itself is molded to form the smaller spherical marbles. So here the bigger one is generally the 4 by 3 pi r, sorry, 4 by 3 pi r cube, right? 10 r cube is equal to n into 4 by 3 pi, the smaller one 0.5 whole cube. So this will be rounding up, n is equal to 10 by 0.5 whole cube. So 100 by 5 whole cube, 20 whole cube, that is equal to 8,000. 20 into 20, 400, 400 into 20 again 8,000. So 8,000 is the answer. Next, when a train moved from station A, there were some passengers in it. At the next station, 1 by 11th of the passengers get down and 20% of the numbers of passengers getting down boarded the train. So here the number of passengers who are got down are 1 by 11th of the passengers. Those were available at station A, right? And again some persons of passengers were boarded. Those passengers are 20% of the number of passengers getting down in the next station. So okay, so the latest the total passengers who are available now is 510. So okay, here it's just nothing, let's just say equation solving, nothing more than it. So let example x is there, the total first thing, right? So in the next station 1 by 11th of the x are deboarded, get down, right? Again the boarded were 1 by 11th of x were there. So in this 20% were boarded. So total available now is 510. Right? So x minus, so okay, 1 by 11x you can take it out common, right? X plus 1 by 11x, that means 20 by 100 means 1 by 5 minus 1 is equal to 510. X will be as upper side, right? X 1 plus, so 1 by 5 minus 1. Okay, so here it is plus, so 1 minus 5, 1 minus 5 means minus 4, 1 minus 1 by 5, that doesn't mean one second. Am I writing correct? 1 by 11x plus 1 by 11x 20 or 20% of this one, so 20 into 5. Here it is 5, 25, yeah? Right? 1 plus x by 55 minus x by 11 is equal to 510, right? So again 55 if we take, so forget about this. Okay, 55 is LCM, then x minus 5 x is equal to 509. Sorry, yeah, some calculation is going wrong again. Here this calculation is going on. Okay, if when a train moved from station A, there were some passengers in it. At the next station, 1 by 11th of the passengers got down. So x minus, so x minus 1 by 11th of the passengers, and again the number of passengers 20% of the this 1 by 11x, right, are boarded again. So these are again 510. Okay, so taking x is common, 1 minus 1 by 11 plus 1 by 55, that is equal to 510. So here is taken as 55, can be taken as LCM, and 55 minus 5 plus 1, so 51. So x into 51 by 55 is equal to 510. So 51 tens are, so x is equal to 10 into 55, that is 550. That's it. So 550 is the answer, right? So next question. No, sir. In how much time will be taken by a train 100 meters long to cross a pole length at the speed of 40 kilometer per hour. So here in this type of questions you should be very cautious about the units. Here the unit is given as kilometer per hour, but the distance is given in meters. So this, and again the options are in seconds. Okay, if options are in hours, then we have to convert this 100 meters distance to kilometers. If options are in seconds, we have to convert this kmph into meter per second, right? So 40 into, if you want to convert it to meter per second, 5 by 8 meter per second. So it is crossing a pole means it is crossing its own length, right? Pole is a negligible length. Pole is having negligible length. If the train is crossing the platform, then you have to consider the train length as well as the platform length for the distance to be traveled by the train. Right here, the distance to be traveled by train is its own length. So the distance is here 100 meters, and the speed is this one. Speed is 40 into 5 by 18. So here asking about time, right? So time is equal to distance by speed, right? So 100 by speed, 40 into 5 by 8, so 18 by 5. Okay, 5 2s are 2 1s are 2 2s are 2 9s, so 9 seconds. So answer is 9 seconds. So A and B do a work respectively in 12 and 15 hours. If they work one by one for 1 hour each, how much time will they take to finish the work? So one by one each hour. So let us assume if they work one by one each hour, then how much time they will take to finish the work. So okay. So if A do the first work 1 by 12, if B do the next hour work, then 1 by 15th of the work will be completed. So in the first 2 hours, what is the work done by them? So we have to take the LCM of 12 and 15. I guess it is 60. 12 5s are 15 4s are 9 by 60. 3 3s are 3 20s are. So 3 by 20 work in what? In 2 hours, right? In 2 hours. So in every 2 hours 3 by 20 work. So out of 20 parts, 3 parts work will be completed in 2 hours, and even in the next 2 hours this will become 6 by 20 part work will completed. In the same way, in the 6 hours, I mean 6 2 hours sessions, in 6 2 hours sessions 20 18 by 20 work will be completed in 12 hours in 6 sessions. Okay, the next the work will be remained is 2 by 20, that means 1 by 10th work is remained. Okay, so 1 by 10th work is remained. 1 by 10th work is remained means 1 by 12th of the 1 by 10th will be completed by A, because 1 by A can complete the work in 12 days, that means 1 by 10th will be completed by A. So 1 by 12th will be completed by A. So again the remaining work will be 10 10 10, so again 60 I guess. 10 6 12 5 1 by 60th work is remained again. So in the next hour, that means again already 12 hours gone, and the next hour A continue do his work of the 1 by 12th, right? So 13 hours completed, and the remaining work is there of 1 by 60. But in 1 by 60 means but the next hour the B can do work of 1 by 15th. Okay, so fourth part is there remained, and 1 by 15 fourth part is there. So 39 uh, the 15 minutes, one fourth of an hour is enough for B to complete the work. So 13 hours plus 15 minutes, 13 point this thing 31 by 4 hours. This is the answer. Got it? So in the last hour, after 13th hour, the entire hour is not required for B. The entire hour is not required for B because entire hour because in 1 hour it will complete 1 by 15th 1 by 15th, but remaining is 1 by 60. What's happening here? Sorry for the inconvenience. 1 second. Okay, here if you observe in the as I told you, in the 12 hours, right, 12 hours, 6 sessions, the work will be completed is 18 by 20, right? And again the remaining is 2 by 20, that means 1 by 10th. So but in 1 by 10th, 1 in 10 that A will cover only 1 by 12th of the work, because A can do only 1 by 12th of the work in an hour. So again the remaining work is 1 by 60. So 1 by 60 work has to be done by B, but B will take actually 1 by 15. B will do a 1 by 15th of the work in 1 hour. That means for 1 by 60th work, it will take the time as 1 by 15 by 1 by 60, 60 by 15, so 4. That means 4 times the it can do more than 4 times of the 1 by 60th work. 1 by 60, I mean 4 times of 1 by 60th work. That means it will take 15 minutes, 1 by 4th of the hour to complete the 1 by 60th work. So 13.13, this is the answer. Next, the cost of a machine is 9,000. If the cost decline is 10% of the cost at the beginning of each year, then what will be the cost of the machine 3 years later? Okay, so for example 100% is there. At the end of the first year it will go to 90%. At the end of the second year it will go to 81%, because 10% of the 90 is 9, it is depreciating by 10%. So in the end of the second year 90 becomes 81. At the end of the third year again 10% will be minus from here. So in the 81 the 10% is 8.1. So here it is a 9, here it is 2, here it is 7. So 72.9. 100 becomes sorry 100 becomes 72.9 at the end of third year. Then here 9,000 becomes what? Again simple equation, 9,000 into 72.9 by 100. Okay, this and this gone. 729 into 9, 9 is 81, 9 2 is 18 plus 8, 26, again 2, 9 7 is 63, 65, 65, 61 is the answer. The next question. In what proportion should water be mixed in a liquid of rupees 12 per liter so that when it is sold at 13.75 per liter, there is a 25% profit? Okay, here the profit he is expecting is 25%. The cost price of the liquid, is 12 rupees. Right, sorry, not percentage, 12 rupees. In 12 rupees, 25% means 3 rupees should be the profit. That means 15 rupees should be the cost price of the liquid. If actually 15 rupees is the selling price of the liquid, and the cost price is 12, if selling price is 15, then he would arrive at 25% of the profit. But here he is making the same 25% profit by selling it with 13.75 rupees only. That means in the 15, the 1.25 rupees pot, actually 1.25 pot is water. Right? This is water. And the ratios. So here 13.75 is the milk and the 1.25 is this one. So 25 5s are 25 5s are 125, again 25 5s are 5 1s are 5 11s. That means 11:1 is the answer. So this is the answer. Okay, you got the concept here. His cost price is 12 rupees of a liquid and he is making a profit of 25%. 25% means he is selling at 15 rupees because 25% of the 12 is 3 rupees. So he has to sell at 15 rupees in order to get the 25% of that liquid. But he is selling at 13.75 rupees only and getting 25% profit. That means that 1.25 rupees, he is replacing the 1.25 rupees milk with the water. So we can assume the ratios as 13.75 is of the milk, 1.25 is of the water. Next, there are 720 students in a school in which the ratio of boys girls is 7:5. How many more girls should be included so that the ratio becomes 1:1? Okay, there are 720 students. Okay, 720 by 12 because total 7:5. So 12 6 72. Here it is 60. Into 7 is there again. Right, 60 into 7, 420. These are the boys. And again, if you calculate girls, 720 by 12 into 5, again 16 into 5, 300. Right? How many more girls to be included? The ratio becomes 1:1 means. So 1:1 means this has to be equal to 420. These girls have to be equal to 420. If we add 120, then the number of girls will become 420 and the ratio will become 421:1. So the number of girls to be added is 120. So this is the answer. Next. 3 pipes A, B, C can together fill a tank in 6 hours. After 2 hours of their being opened, C has been closed and A and B took 7 more hours to fill that tank. How much time will be taken by C alone to fill that tank? Okay, so here So let us take 1 by A plus 1 by C plus 1 by C is equal to 1 by 6. What I'm saying is the A, B and C can together fill a tank in 6 hours, means in 1 hour if A can fill a 1 by A pot, B can fill a 1 by B pot, C can fill 1 by C pot. Total tank pot is 1 by 6 pot will be filled. Right? After 2 hours, that means 2 by 6 pot is filled. That means 1 by 3 pot is filled. Right? So remaining part is 1 minus 1 by 3. 2 by 3 part remaining. Right? Okay. Right. Next. C has been closed and A and B took 7 more hours to fill the tanks. So here 1 by A plus 1 by B fill the they have completed in 7 hours. The remaining part of the 2 by 3 of the remaining is 2 by 3, right? So 2 by 3 of the work, 2 by 3 of the tank. So here if you go 1 by A plus 2 by 21, if I am replacing this 1 by A plus 1 by B value in this equation, so 2 by plus 21 by 1 by C is equal to 1 by 6. So 2 by 21 minus 1 by 6 is equal to 1 by C. So again 42 is the LCM. 4 2 minus 7. So something is wrong. Two by third pot. So if we take here 3 by 2, 1 by A plus 1 by B, 1 hour work. So they have completed 2/3 of the work in 7 hours. So in 1 hour they have completed 7 by 2 by 3. So 7 into 3 by 2. Sorry, here 7 into 3 by 2 here. So what's happening? 3 by 14. It will become 3 by 14. Right? So 1 by, so forget about this thing, everything. Okay, here 3 by 14 plus 1 by C is equal to 1 by 6. So 1 by C is equal to 1 by 6 minus 3 by 14. Again same 42, 6 7 14 3 9. 2 by 42 means 21. Again what's happening here? 3 by 14. So once again, sorry. Okay, I'm going to explain it again here. So here the second till now you are till the thing 1 by A plus the remaining work when C has closed, the remaining work is completed in 7 hours, right? That means the remaining work is 2 by 3rd is remained. So in 7 hours 2 by 3 work is completed. That means in 1 hour 1 into 2 by 3 by 7. That means 2 by 21 work will be completed in 1 hour. Okay, so 1 by A plus 1 by B is equal to 1 by 21. Sorry, what is that? 2 by 21 plus 1 by C is equal to 1 by 6. So 1 by C is equal to 1 by 6 minus 2 by 21. That is equal to 42 is the LCM. So 6 7s are 42, 21 2s are 2, 2 4s are, that is equal to 3 by that is equal to 3 by what it is 42, right? 3 14s are, so 1 by C is equal to 1 by 14. That means 14 hours is the answer. C will complete in 14 hours. Okay, a person borrows. Okay, I am going to complete. A person borrows rupees 25,220 and promises to pay back the debt at 5% annual compound interest in 3 equal installments in the first, second, and third years. What will be the value of each installment? So here simply let us assume X is the installment. Okay, so after 1 year X will be given. After second year again X will be given. After third year again X will be given. Alright. So for this X 2 years of interest will be there. So for this X 1 year of interest will be there. For this X no interest. Right, because end of the term, so no interest. So this is generally basically when you calculate the equated installment questions, this is the concept. Okay, right, again. So if it is X, first X, this is their 2 years term. So 1 plus that 5 by 100 into square plus X again 1 plus 5 by 100. 1 year will be there, so this will be there. Again X. I mean this is the amount of the interest and this is X is the amount of the equated installment paid. So all this sum is equal to the 3 installment sum will be equal to 25 to 20 into again the same thing 1 by 5 by 100. This is for 3 years, so power of 3. Right, if we compensate or subtract, if we compensate these cubes and squares and all, then here X, this will X by 1 plus 5 by 100 will be there, plus X by 1 plus 5 by 100 whole square will be there, plus X by 1 plus 5 by 100 whole cube will be there. That is equal to 25,220. Okay, so 1 plus 5 by 100 means 100 plus 5, 105 by 100. 105 by 100 means 21 by 20. Okay, so if it is goes up, then 20 by 21, right? So 20 by 21 X I am taking common, so 1 plus 20 by 21 whole square plus, so okay, into 1 year there 20 by 21 whole square will be there, that is equal to 25,220, right? So we calculate, if we calculate this thing, okay, I'm calculating over here, see the upper corner, okay, here, so 20 by 21, so again 1 plus 20 by 21 plus 400 by 441. So 20 by 21 into 441 is the LCM. So 441 plus 21 into 20, 420 plus again 400. Alright, that is equal to 20 by 21 into 0 6, sorry, 0 not 0 1, 4 plus 4, 12 6, 1261 into x is equal to what is this? 25, sorry, 25220. So if we see this 1261, this is into 2s, right? 2s, am I right? Again by here by 441 in there, right? 2s are 20. This 20 and this 20 cancels. So x is equal to 21 into 441. That is equal to 21s are 21, 21 fours are 84 plus 2 86, 21 fours are again 84 plus 8 92. So 9261. This is the answer. So this is a bit time consuming question. Okay, whenever you are writing a competitive exams, so make note of this is the time consuming question, and if you are unable to solve these kind of questions, you just move forward, you just leave the question. If there are any negative marking, then you know it's better to not attempt this question right away. Right, next, if later after everything you finishes, then you come to this question and you can solve. If there is no negative marking and you don't have time to solve this question after solving other questions, then keep some option randomly. Right? If there is a negative marking, just leave it. If time permits, solve this question, this type of questions later. Tap A fills a tank in 15 hours. Tap B in 20 hours. Tap C empties in 60 hours. A servant by mistake opens all the taps. How much time will be taken to fill up the tank? So basically, if you go for an hour, so 1 by 15 will be filled, and again 1 by 20 will be filled again. If is servant opens third top also, but in this tap is emptying the tap, so 60. So this will be getting minus because it is emptying, these two are filling. So this is per 1 hour how much part of the tank is filled. So 60 is the LCM, 15 fours are 23 are 61 are 7 minus 1 6 by 60, so 1 by 10. So in 1 hour 1 by 10th of the 1 by 10th of the tank will be filled. That means in 10 hours the tank will be filled. So answer is 10 hours. Okay, that's it guys. Thank you. If you like the video, please click the bell icon and subscribe, and don't forget to like, share, comment your views. Thank you. Bye bye.